Do you think I covered everything?
Yep.
Well, don't cry. Why are you crying? I'm sorry. She's struggling. She's having a rough day. I'm sorry. I was just continuing with the video.
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
It's okay.
I can get out of your video.
No, I'll move the camera.
The sad one. You don't want me.
I thought puberty hormones were bad. Goodness sakes, perimenopause is a ride. Not as bad for me as it is for her. I'll never complain ever, ever, ever. I'm so sorry. I feel for you, baby. So I have a whole story that led up to this video, but I met a very nice lady, as you might have seen in a previous vlog. She was having some issues with her son, who is an adult, working on his iPhone, being able to have access to it and have that freedom and to have that autonomy and to be able to communicate with people and make choices and all those things, but keep him safe at the same time on his device. So that's what this video is about, is safety on devices. I got to show you the tips and tricks that we have. Hopefully this will help some folks out, maybe interest some others. This could even apply if you have younger children that are getting a device, because kids are getting younger and younger nowadays when they have cell phones and iPads. Doesn't just apply to phones. This is all for all communication devices, anything that can access the internet. Well, maybe not computers. You're on your own on that. I'm going to help you with those smart devices.
Pretzels.
Are you talking on both iPads right now?
Pretzels.
You want pretzels? Let me see what we have.
So a while ago we had two devices, right? We had a communication device and we had an entertainment device. That was years ago, but that way we could focus more on communication and get her to use her iPad to communicate, but now she's pretty fluent with it. And she uses it regularly to communicate without prompting. She just does it on her own, so. Getting a snack? All right, cool. Let me show them what we're working with. So while Mom's getting her snack, we'll go over this real quick. So on her iPad, through accessibility, in the accessibility settings, I have set up, let me go in here. It's been a while since I did this, so let me see if I can remember. Okay, so it's under the accessibility shortcut. We have guided access turned on. So in here, right here at the bottom where it says accessibility shortcut, guided access is what we have selected. So what that means is when we triple tap the home button, it's going to limit her to a screen. So say, she's in speech therapy and she just wants to watch YouTube videos, but she needs to work on communication. We can triple tap the home button and then she can't leave out of this app unless she enters a passcode. So it keeps her inside the app. Another handy feature, and that is it locks the volume. It's the only way to lock the volume on the current iPad operating system. So that would obviously be too loud for a public setting. So we'll turn down the volume on it. She can still watch her YouTube videos. And when you lock it, she can't change the volume. And she's gotten really good at telling us, like, hey, I want to communicate. I've been watching my YouTube videos, but I want to communicate. I need you to unlock my iPad for me. She'll actually pull her hands over to the iPad so we can unlock it for her. Okay, so grab your phone, follow along. We'll move on to the phone next. Now, this doesn't just apply, like I said, to people with disabilities. I use these apps myself and have some of these settings turned on because it protects me from spam and unwanted phone calls and text messages. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my phone that you're looking at right here. Okay, so first things first, one of the easiest way to find an app or a setting is to search for it, if you don't already know that. So here I'm going to put in TM Check, and that's the app that we want. TM Check is great for blocking unwanted text messages and phone calls. I use it. It's been on my phone for a couple of years now. But you can set up and see your recent results, who you block, who you approve, all that. So you can approve certain phone numbers. Say if you only want the person that you care for, calling loved ones, or friends. That's a great way to set it up. You can block suspicious numbers, which is a great thing. I don't have it turned on because sometimes it will block phone calls that are coming in that it just doesn't recognize. potentially suspicious that aren't suspicious. You know, I got to do adult things. Sometimes I get phone calls from people I don't know. So that's up to you whether you turn that on or not. If this is for your loved one that is really only calling family and friends, I would turn it on, because it's going to block all those other nuisance numbers, the scammers, the spammers, all that. With the text message filter in this app, this is a free app, by the way, and I have no affiliation with this app, but you can do filtering, so you can filter out keywords. So like you have, FRM, which is short for from, that's typically sent from an email address to a text message. Anything replying, had loans, reply, stop to unsubscribe, vote, any of those things I have blocked, and it automatically sends it to the spam folder. And I'll show you what that looks like. So if you look at my junk folder, there's 109 messages in there, because this app has been doing its job, and then I can just clear them all out at one time. So all those messages are junk that I would have normally got. I literally get no spam or junk text message anymore after using this app. Okay, now on to the phone settings. So again, we're gonna type in settings to search for it. And what I want you to do, you can actually scroll down because it's right here. See where it says screen time? Right there, click on screen time. This is what's going to keep, with Abigail's device, keeping her from deleting apps, downloading apps that she shouldn't download, making purchases in apps on accident, those kind of things. But this is where you're going to be able to control all of the app usage stuff. So we're going to go down to content and privacy restrictions, and you can turn on content and privacy restriction just like we did on the iPad. And then iTunes and App Store. And then you can allow or not allow installing apps, deleting apps, all that stuff. And then also you can require a password every single time if you do want to allow them to download something, or if it's just a pain, you gotta, and that's mainly for allowing apps to be purchased or downloaded. They have to use a password. So that's a good idea to set up as well. You can change all the privacies in here for each app. Lots of settings in here, but the primary one we're working on is the App Store for this area here. Don't forget, you can always search settings. It makes it easier to navigate for sure. So we're going to go into accessibility, and this is where you can change that accessibility, those accessibility functions. It allows you to limit, but also control and keep safe, and that's the whole idea of this here. Is being able to control what each item does. There's a lot of features on iPhone specifically for people with disabilities, and I would recommend, I could probably do some content on Android phones, but each Android phone is going to be slightly different as well, so it makes it harder. Whereas iPhone, as long as they're all updated the same, they're all the same as far as the function of them goes. But being able to control what each button does, giving people access to that accessibility, the assisted touch, all that stuff, all that is available through the iPhone. So lots of functions there. If you have any questions on anything, here's what I would like you to do. If you have a question on something specific, this video is on Facebook as well. Go over to Facebook, and if you comment on Facebook with your question, because if it's something I need to show you in a video, I can do that on Facebook with a video response. I can't do that on YouTube. So make sure you're following us on Facebook. It's just Fathering Autism on Facebook as well. But if you go over there, you can ask me a specific question. I can answer it, and with a screen recording, and kind of talk you through whatever feature you're looking for, or if you have a specific problem that maybe there's a setting that can be changed to help with that problem. The tools really are out there to help the people that we care for, and you just have to, it's sometimes just hard to know where to look, or which app is going to be best for it. And fortunately, that's why the internet's so great, because I can share with you the stuff that I've been doing for years, that have kept Abigail safe, kept us safe, and kept our sanity, because we get to block out those spam calls and all that. That was one of the issues that the lady I was talking about before, she was having with her son, is that he was getting calls from people and getting scammed into switching his insurance provider, crazy stuff. And you don't really think about and realize how vulnerable a lot of that community really is, because they have the capability to make choices and decisions over the phone and authorize things, but but a lot of times can be easily taken advantage of, and it's a tough world out there. So we need to do what we can to keep them safe.
You hear the fighting noise?
Are you humming? What are you looking at? Me humming at us.
Can you open it?
Stop. Stop. Turn around. Got it? Here, take your backpack. Stop right there. Put your iPad right here. Put your backpack away. Attitude. Another great accessibility feature is the ability to purchase iPads that are refurbished. So this is an 8th gen iPad. It still has a home button, a physical home button, which helps Abigail to be able to use it. She's not great with the swipe features. Same thing with this. Is an iPad Mini 4, and it has a physical home button, so she doesn't have to unlock it with a specific swipe or anything like that. So it just makes it more accessible for her. You'll notice that we have eliminated a lot of the apps that normally come stock on the iPad. It's just more confusion, more in the way, and a higher chance of her being somewhere that she shouldn't be. Like on the internet, in a place she shouldn't be at, or whatever it might be. So she still has the majority of her stuff. Like, she likes to look at her photos and whatnot in the photo app. She'll scroll through there and the videos that she has saved on there. And then of course communication, YouTube Kids, all the stuff that she uses. And if she takes interest in something else, or want to find another app for her to play on, it's easy enough just to go in the App Store and then download it. Okay, so I knew I would said Android, you're on your own. I don't mean that. Here's the thing: get an iPhone or an iPad or what are you smiling at? What are you getting into? Or a Samsung. So Samsung has easy mode. It's great for kids, it's great for elderly folks, it's great for people with disabilities. There is an easy mode built into every Samsung phone. It's super easy to find in the settings. I do know that exists. It makes the icons bigger. It kind of, you can kind of lock things down and limit access a little bit to some of the deeper settings and whatnot, so things don't get messed up. But TM Check is also available on Android. So you can check that out as well. I'll link everything below: Abby's communication device, the case that she uses, the app that she uses to communicate. I'll TM Check link. I'll send that. I'll put that down below. I'll put all this information down below for you, so you have easy access to it. And hopefully this is a step in the right direction for that. Share this with someone that might need to see this. If you like the video, please like the video. I would appreciate it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey, listen, hold on, listen. Chill out on My Chemical Romance for a minute. We gotta be like, hey, you and me, we gotta be nice for Mom. Look at me? Do you hear me? We gotta be easy. She's okay. Okay. Hey, listen. We're a team. Do you understand that? Look at me. You do what's good. I do what's right. You do what's right. Everything turns out okay. You got it? Look at me. Do you got it? Okay. You gotta behave. I'll behave if you behave. Okay? Okay. I think that little chat worked. I think it'll be fine. Everything's fine.